In this video, I'll be showing you every step I took to cut and sew this trouser. Some call it professional pants, some call it a formal trouser. It's actually a trouser with a belt holder and a front zipper flap. In this class, we are going to be focusing on this particular pant, while I will also show you how you could achieve these other sizes. Greetings everyone, and let's get started. I'm using a non-stretchy crepe fabric. It is not too thick or too light, it is just in between. This fabric is by 60 in length, and I'll be using this particular trouser to explain how you could achieve the other ones, because it is just a basic trouser with an extra inches added. I used 2 yards for this project. Our model is a UK size 10 but a US size 6. For a size smaller than this, 2 yards will be enough, but for a size higher you are going to be adding half yard. For example, because our model is a UK size 10, for a size higher, that is size 12, you are getting 2.5 yard, size 14 3 yards, size 16 3.5 yards. So the idea is, with any size higher than this, you're adding half as you go up and up and up. Next, we are going to cut out our thigh measurement. This will be for the front pieces. I'm cutting this out on the yardage part. Please do not tear with your hand if your fabric is not one that is straight. Otherwise, you might have something slanted when you are done. Just use your scissors, please. For the back part, I measured out my thigh measurement plus 4 inches. The back is bigger than the front with 4 inches. I did not divide my thigh measurements because it will be serving as 2 pieces, one for the left and the other for the right. So I've gone ahead to cut out for the back part as well. So I'll keep the back piece aside and we'll be working with the front piece first. I'll go ahead to place this on fold like this. Next, I'm going to be folding in my hemming allowance of 2 inches, and I'll go ahead to pin this up. From the hem, I'll go ahead to mark out the full length of the trouser minus 1.5. The 1.5 inches is for the waistband. We'll be working with the upper part. I'll get the center of this fold like this, and I'll also bring this measurement down and I'll connect it with a straight line. Place your tape 1.5 inches upwards for the waistband. Mark out your hip measurements plus 3. This is the formula I use to get my crotch measurement. Mark this on the center line and also on the corner like this. Connect it with a straight line. Measure your round waist. You can measure your high waist or your low waist depending on where your trouser normally sits. Whatever the measurement, you add 4 inches and you divide by 4. You mark this on the upper part, ensuring that half part of it goes to one side and the other half goes to the other side. Like it should be shared equally on the both sides of the line. Bring the measurement you have on one side down to your crotch line. Connect it with a straight line and you go ahead to make your crotch curve. There is no measurement for this. The curve should not go all the way up so it does not affect your flap. Your crotch line should be giving your thigh measurement divided by 2. On the upper part, after my waist measurement, I'm going to be adding 1.5 inches for the front pleat, and I'm adding an extra ½ inch for the sewing allowance. Connect it to the side with a curve like this. On the trouser hem, you measure how wide you want your trouser legs to be. This is up to you. At this point, you decide if you want your trouser legs to be wide or fitted. So after marking it out, I'm going to connect it with a slanted line to the hip line and then to the crotch line. Next, I'll go ahead to cut this out. And this will be it for the front part. Remember to notch your folding allowance. I'll take out the cutout for the back part. I'm going to place it on fold, and I'm going to place the front cutout on this so that we can use it to cut out the back. The hem should be equal, then all the way up. On this point, you are going to measure 1.5 inch upwards and just connect it with a straight line. Then you are going to connect it with a partially slanted line to the side. Extend the crotch by 2 inches, and then you are going to make a straight line first, and then you make a curve. The back crotch should not be too deep, otherwise it's going to be getting stuck in your bum bum from time to time. Just mark out something like this. There's no formula for that. Okay, use mine as a guide. So I'll go ahead to cut this out like this. I will adjust this to the top part, come out by 1.5 inches. You are just going to follow the slant of the front part, and with a dotted line you connect it to the crotch part. Then you use your rule and connect these dotted lines together. I'll go ahead to cut this out for this part of the trouser. Now on the side of the trouser, we are cutting out exactly the same thing we have on the front part. We are not adding any sewing allowance at that point. Okay, so this is it for the front and the back part. I'll take out the back part and I'm going to cut out the pocket. You cut this in a slanted way. I'm sorry I did not measure it, but what I cut out is 1.5 inches deep and 7 inches long. Next, we are going to cut out the pocket, and what I have here is 30 inches, and on fold this is 15 inches. Now for the width of the pocket, it is 7 inches wide, and I have two of these, one for the left and the other for the right. I'll take one of the pockets that I've cut, place it right side facing right side like this, and I'm going to sew it down with 1/2 inch. If you notice, the size of these other trousers are kind of bigger than this one, and if you ask me, I would say I prefer the sizes of these other ones. To achieve this, it's also the same step. The only difference is how you measure your thigh measurement. When measuring for a free trouser, make sure you measure your thigh measurement to be as wide as you expect it to be when you are done sewing, and also the hem circumference should be as wide as you want it to be. Every other step is the same thing. And if you notice the back of my trouser, you can see that one is without SS at the back and the other is with SS at the back. I'll show you how you can achieve this in the sewing tutorial. I'll also show you a very easy step on how you can achieve a zipper flap. This is not something you should be afraid of anymore. For the waistband, I'm going to be showing you a professional way of stitching it called a sew in the ditch, where you cannot see the stitches on the front part of the waistband and you can see what the inner part looks like. If you like this video, kindly go through my YouTube channel for other videos you might like. Thank you so much for watching.